Everybody, G-Bear out here in the desert, August 13th. It's Sunday. I'm going to be here another day tomorrow, or half a day anyway. I've been running into a little bit of problem here with the electrical and driving me nuts. You can see my power is down to 12.6 and you can see my turbine running. Oh, it just stopped. But I'm still putting solar power in, but I'm not getting up above 12.6 or 12.7. But those are that full battery charges. But my other solar, the Harbor Freight panels I have in the van and on the motorhome and on top of the container, are all pushing 13.8, 14, 14.2. Why is this one not getting up that high? Now when I got here, this one was on low power, and this transformer inverter was sounding its alarm for low voltage. So apparently I did a little bit of research and found out that this inverter actually uses quite a bit of power to just running itself. So I've got to find out what's going on there, because according to the information I got before I bought this thing used very little power. But as I got to reading some of the Chinese literature on it, it was saying that something about I should disconnect this and shut it down while I'm charging the batteries. Well, no, that's not the way solar works. The batteries get charged all day long, and this thing should be able to just keep on running. But there's something wacky going on. So I also installed a 300 amp breaker in line coming off the battery here. You see the alligator clips there. I made a temporary set of jumper cables, and I ran them out to my van, and I started the van up, and I brought the batteries up to 12.8 to get them back into condition for running and taking a charge. I do want to put a battery lifesaver desulfator on this thing. I've got one on my other set of batteries back at the other house, and it really takes care of the batteries. I swear by those things. And the research on those says the military has been using them for a bunch of years, and they found out they're very good. They triple the life of your batteries. So I want to put one on here for sure. I may have to up this battery bank by 2 more batteries to be enough to run the refrigerator all the time while I'm not here, plus the inverter. But I also added a few Harbor Freight solar panels. I had some extras, and I added those out there on the rack on the end. That's only 45 extra watts of charge. But I'm not getting the satisfaction I should be out of this system. I'm going to have to research a little more. Anyway, I started my insulation here. That big water stain is because that was one of the pieces that was out here under a tarp when I first put this floor in a year ago, and got caught in a rainstorm, and that one got wet. And it's just a stain. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm up 4 feet in the back here because I'm going to be drywalling this on the next trip. I also got my that red line down there is the water coming into the cabin. That's the feed line. And then you can see my power going down there. That's what's going to run the pump. And then here's my splitter that takes the cold water up to the water heater, and also takes it around the back over to the cold water for the sink, and all the way around for the ice maker. So I did get that done. And I went to Home Depot today, and to the store. I had to pick up some ice because the fridge is actually still holding. If I open this up, you can see everything in here is still frozen. So it's holding up for that stuff. But sorry about the finger in front. And it's still it keeps running down to low battery. So I put this fan in here, and I had that hooked up to the overloads on this so that it would run and take some heat off of these. And you notice I have 2 of these controllers up here. This is a PWM, and this is an MPPT. And this one's supposed to be better than this one, but they're both doing exactly the same, 12.6 and 12.6. Okay. Now when you can see the little fan is running there, and I'm supposed to be able to hit this, and that'll tell me what the output of the fan is. And I'm only running like what is that, 1/10 of an amp. I mean, the wind is variable right now. It's up and down. I did get it up to see pushing 3 amps yesterday, but that's not very much output for a 400 watt unit. And when I had it back at my house and I was testing it, I had it running through this unit. You see, this takes the wind also, and I was pushing out in the middle of the night. I was putting out. Yeah, sorry about that. The camera went to overheat again, so I just stuck it in the freezer so I could finish this up. Anyway, that I should be putting out on a 400 amp turbine. I should be putting out more voltage or more charge than that. And also, I've got 345 watts of solar out there, and that should be kicking butt. My other Harbor Freight units are running, one of them's only running on 15 watts, and that's putting out 14 volts into the controller. Anyway, I got to do some more calculating and adjustments to this before I finish it off. And I can't insulate over here yet because I got to bring my propane in for the water heater and for the wall heater. And then over here, I can't insulate because I got to bring the propane in for the stove, the range and oven and all that. So I've got some more insulation still inside. I got one piece I laid down in here, and I think I got one more piece like that, and then I've got a full length, probably 20 foot long, of 16-inch wide stuff. So that'll take that area and fill it, and that one over there. So I might be able to even get that one over there. So that's 8 foot, and that one's a little bit wider, so that's 8 foot. So I need about 24 feet total. But I got some scraps around. I'll see what I can do with that. Anyway, I'm going to go get a cold beer. You can see it's coming up on 5 o'clock. It hasn't been too bad out here. The humidity yesterday was pretty high, but today it's not bad. I'm going to close this thing down before it goes to overheat again, and I will do another video before I leave tomorrow. G Bear signing off.